Love you, Jamie.
I actually don't like Jamie.
Whoa, now.
Yo, why are you getting so controversial?
What's wrong? Eat that gum. That's my
That's
gum.
your gum. Hold on, let's intro. This is our first time recording this intro.
First time.
What's up, y'all? It's so hard to do intros. Like, it's easy to do for Good Morning Marietta because it's like, it's the morning. Like, you can just be like, Good Morning Marietta. But,
My name is Esdras Nava, and this is my co-host and lesser, Matt.
Okay. But yeah, I guess we can say good afternoon, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Groove Club podcast / we're really more of a talk show.
Right.
But it's okay, because it all falls
We're
under
a
the
talk
same
show. Shouldn't we say
umbrella.
the exact time? It's like, good afternoon. It is currently 3:05.
3:05? Yeah, I guess. But, I'm Estras Nava.
I'm Dominic McDaniel.
We're not matching today. I mean, we only matched like that one time with the ties.
That single time.
But, I attempt to match. I kind of like think about what he might wear. I guess he just wasn't rocking with the earth tones today.
Bro, I was up at midnight working on a script that wasn't even due. So
Yeah, Mr. Harding's script. Shout out Mr. Harding. He's a regular listener, actually.
Dramatic writing.
Dramatic writing. Or
It's
you
a
know
really
him as
easy
your boss.
class.
Or your
No,
yearbook. No,
I'm not in yearbook.
No? So how'd you get your middle name scratched out the yearbook?
How'd you do that?
I have connections in high
Well,
places.
you know,
Whoa.
I have Mr. Harding as my connection. I'm about to get it back. I'm about to get your middle name back.
Uh-huh.
I know your middle name is... Who is
Tinkerbell.
calling me? Oh my lord.
And see, they don't even get this joke.
Oh, it's Ian. It's Pookie Bear.
Well, call Holden. Bye. Sorry about that. But yeah, I guess we've already included him, so we'll do the little zoom out now. This is our guest today.
Babe,
What's your name?
I'm Wes.
And your middle
Wes
name?
Harrison. I'm not telling you my middle name.
Tinkerbell.
He
Got
thinks
it.
he's so much better than us. That's why he's sitting in that chair and not with us
You
on this
told
comfortable couch.
me to sit here though.
Wait,
That
so
does not sound like me.
You
Your
literally
your full initials are WTH?
What the heck, man?
Yeah.
What the heck? Take a seat.
Come on.
There's someone saying there though.
Oh wait, yeah, my awesome little trophy I get for best podcast ever.
Because Estras Nava is just a great host.
Yeah,
I'm
but you can
sorry.
take a seat. Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't. But like, why you
Okay.
got that?
Jamie, is this volume good?
I think he's on the phone with our next guest.
That's really funny.
Hey, you're
Yeah,
the
we're
guest.
good.
You don't get to refer to him as Jamie.
His name is Holden. I'll have you know his name's Holden, and he's awesome.
But he's Jamie to us.
But he's Jamie to us, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Oh man,
Lock in.
lock in, bro. I think he's just trying to get into the building. No, thank you. He's just trying to get into the building. Thank you. The viewers will be so confused until they're not. But yeah, we brought on Wesley Harrison because he's here to talk about
The
some-
full name is Wild.
Oh, fine.
I-
Wes.
Thelonious. I got you.
Bruh.
Oh, you're right. Oh, sorry. We're here with Wesley Thelonious Harrison,
That's not my middle name.
and he's here to talk to us about show tunes. Actually,
Yeah.
we thought we'd have
Big
brought.
theater guy here.
No way. Really? This man's been the face of theater since I've known him in like elementary school.
I really haven't been. That's
The
Tia
face of-
Carthers.
Oh, that's true. Tia Carthers.
Tech theater.
Tech theater.
Yeah, that's Grace.
No.
Don't be humble, man. This is your time to shine.
You were like.
And we're back, guys. Yeah, we're back. We were just talking about how Wes is gonna talk to us about show tunes. We thought we'd broaden our horizons, and really just talk about something other than hip hop, which is our specialty. And we have heard comments that you guys want us to stick to our specialty, but we also need fans. Period. So here's
We
Wes
need
to
that
talk to us
ad
about show
money.
tunes.
Yeah. Big theater guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Show tunes.
Show tunes.
So, like, really, like, when I told Estras that I wanted to be on the podcast, I had no clue what I was going to talk about. Except, like, I was sitting in my car before I came in here, and I was like, oh, musical storytelling.
Musical storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like to pimp a butterfly.
yeah, storytelling is just a thing in music overall. I mean, I'll name the first one, Taylor Swift. She tells stories.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. Folklore, the folklore.
But Outkast
triangle.
tells stories, you know.
Outkast does tell stories.
Outkast tells stories. Kendrick Lamar. A lot of great artists tell stories. My favorite, storyteller is probably like J. Cole though. He's good at telling stories.
That's fair. He does tell stories.
Really good ones.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, he packages it in a way where you don't have to like think about
it. Yeah, it just like it makes sense. Like
right.
What is the third song off 2014? Man.
I don't know that album front to back. Not gonna lie to you.
Fake fan. Okay, I don't either. I just I like when I was in Mexico lately. I've just been listening to it a lot. 03 Adolescence, really good song. It's the one where it's like, it just talks about the friend who he's like he said he wanted to be like, but his friend's like, you're crazy because I've wanted to be like you, something like that. But we're not here to talk about rap today. We're here to talk about show tunes. Enlighten us. All I really know is Chicago and Moulin Rouge, and that's it.
Because I care so much about your viewership, I am going to talk about this through the perspective of Disney movies.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
At least someone cares about the content we're allowed to show.
It's also like
show.
a lot easier to talk about musical songs. Let me pull up my notes app.
Mr. Sailor Mouth over here.
Hey.
Yeah,
hey.
so musical, obviously it's a blend of like play, film, and music.
Music, yep.
It's using music as a storyteller. Common thing that people say is like when the emotion gets too much to talk, then you start singing, and then there's the whole thing with dancing, but that doesn't really matter. We're here to talk about music.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So would you say like Spider-Man 3, is that like a musical?
There actually was a Spider-Man musical. Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. It was.
Oh wait, I think I remember that. They included that in the special for Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's such a wild show.
Yeah, but
and it caused a lot of injuries, but.
Really?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, it's a Spider-Man play. It makes sense.
Injuries are bad, and we shouldn't laugh.
All right, bro. You're just trying to save yourself. All right.
It's a redemption arc. Jeez.
Okay. But I think Spider-Man 3's got the little like dancing scene, snapping, and then it's also the scene with the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I think musical numbers.
Sort of. So like that kind of gets into like songs that are like musicals that are like. I just fully threw out my brain. Stories that kind of incorporate music, which is different than a musical, which I plan to get into later.
Okay.
But
so I think you can look at
actually,
your phone. It'll be fine if you look at it.
No, I'm trying to look at it.
I'm so discreetly.
I'm just
it's like
I'm
you're
not
in
trying
class.
to discreetly look at it. I can't pull up the notes app on here.
Hold on.
Wow. And they say Apple's so ahead. Let me look at my phone real quick discreetly.
But yeah, I'm just blind. Yeah, I can talk about that actually.
Okay.
So like in a musical, now I need to establish stuff first.
Okay.
So like you have like songs, you have certain songs. I'm gonna talk about Beauty and the Beast for a long time.
Beauty and the Beast.
Favorite Disney movie right there.
I heard Beauty and the Beast. I was like, dang.
Beauty and
Rose
the
plugging
Beast.
the show even when he's not on.
So like you have your first song, which is the let's set the scene. Let's introduce everyone to the status quo. That's like
the I'm better than you because I can read songs.
Yeah,
that's the one.
that's Belle.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to formally apologize for any singing I do here to try to like get the idea across.
Oh, you're singing?
No, probably not.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, you got your set the scene song. The like, so in like Beauty and the Beast, it's Belle, Arabian Nights, and Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
So that's like
fine.
setting the scene. That's setting the status quo. And then you have to immediately shatter the status quo within like 20 minutes.
So I have a question then. I understand the whole status quo thing because we do like film stuff. Or he does dramatic writing. I do dramatic writing. I make films as well. But okay, so we get like establishing the status quo and all that. But would you say then that every good musical has to start their musical with a song?
No. Yeah. I would say that most.
Oh, I do know a musical front to back. High School Musical. Actually, I can pitch in. I do know
I
stuff.
would say. That it kind of depends. Like a stage musical, it usually will start like you can have a moment of dialogue, you can have a scene before, but generally they will start with a song.
Okay.
It's not. That's one thing about musicals that's like really good. You can break the rules really easily, and it's okay. It's gonna work. Because then you have the I Want song after the set the scene song. That's when the main character is like, I don't want this life. I don't want to stick to the status quo.
So like Troy Bolton in the
I
song
don't
itself,
wanna be a
status
D1.
quo.
Yeah.
No.
But like for like movies, the like quintessential "I Want" song is "Part of Your World" from The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. Oh yeah.
Where it's like,
True.
I'm finding the
Part of your world. Guys,
She wants to be human. She wants legs,
Cool.
and that's because she's like interested in human stuff. But
Like forks, yeah.
so yeah, you have your "I Want" song,
trash.
and that's like really important for setting up like motivation and really establishing motive, because like that's kind of one of the big differences between like telling a story in an album and telling a story on stage and in film.
Can we talk about real quick how crazy it is? Because you just brought it up a moment ago. Troy Bolton's struggle was that he wanted he didn't like being a D1 athlete.
Yeah,
So he wanted, and instead he wants to date the new girl who likes to sing.
I was too successful in my athletic Do you know how good at basketball do you have to be? He's 5'7".
Right? He's like average height.
He's
and you know
the average height.
But yeah, he was 5'7".
And he was like,
Gosh,
star
I just
basketball
don't
player.
know
Know what to do.
He's like,
I can dribble, or I can.
Gotta get your
I
head in the
could
game.
have
Come on.
gone to college on
Get your head in the game. But no, he should. Imagine how everyone's lately on the internet's been joking about Project LeBron. You know,
Yeah.
when the gender reveal comes out and it turns out it's a girl, so Project LeBron is no go. Like
his dad really did that.
his dad really did Project LeBron,
Yeah.
and he threw it all away.
You were D1, Troy.
Imagine that.
I would be. And his dad did even worse because he was the coach.
Yes, he was the basketball coach. But I mean, we get it. He was like being pushed too far, but like
Yeah, but I would be devastated.
he just had to play one more high school season, and it was over.
You could do theater in college. You can do theater in college. It's fine.
You can switch up, but you just need your athletic scholarship.
And then he's like, no, I'm gonna choose the school where I can do basketball and theater. And I'm like, community productions exist.
You could have always done that. Like, I think it's also crazy that, like, we're just getting so far off topic. I'm sorry, we'll get back on.
No, you're good.
But like a lot of media from like the 2000s and all that. Why was it always like you can either be a theater or like you can either be athletic or you can be artistic?
No, it was so
you
clicky.
can't do both.
You can't do both. Like Glee.
Like-
You remember Glee? Like he's like a football player, but he can sing. Like
If you,
Glee was insane. Glee was just a
fever
fever
dream, right?
Do you think this came from Harry Potter, where they said at 11 years old, your personality now is who you'll be for the rest of your life?
Probably.
So you need to make that decision as a child.
And just stick to it
And
forever.
stick to it.
Your personality
You
is
are
decided
loyal.
now.
You are brave. You
You
are
are-
smart. You are villain.
Like, why was it just cunning? It's like, oh, you're evil with how smart you are.
Yeah.
What was the point?
Like, she hated Slytherin so
Right.
much.
It's like, yes, you broke all the rules, but you were brave, weren't you? That's their trait, and I'm giving you 100 points for it.
Bro.
So really,
Like, 10 points to
low-key,
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor gets away with more stuff.
that's
Like
crazy.
Slytherin, like they're like systematically oppressed, man. What's going on there?
That's what, and because they had like
No, because
Merlin.
Gryffindor was in last place.
Right.
They had one
One nepo baby, bro. He came in and just shook it all up.
Yeah.
I mean, so what? You know, the man himself, V-Man, came out of Slytherin, or was he even?
Yeah, he was Slytherin.
You know
yeah.
who else came out of Slytherin? Merlin,
And
the
Snape,
goat.
right?
Yeah.
Shout out Snape.
And Draco Malfoy.
He's representing.
Malfoy was whack.
We're so off topic
I'm
right
so-
now. No.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So we were talking about so status quo, then the want. What comes
Yeah.
next?
So, in like, again, with musicals, it's very linear storytelling.
Mhm.
Then you have the series of songs that we don't care about.
That's true.
Be Our Guest?
They could be pretty songs,
No, Be
but
Our
they
Guest was
don't
fine.
really matter to
They
the
don't
story.
really matter to the story though.
That
Be
is
Our
also
Guest,
true.
like
Where
Well,
it can, where
you
like
can argue
that's
that
like
that sets
usually
up,
gonna
like,
include your
all of the
comedic
other
song.
people.
That's usually gonna include like your comedic song, your this is who I am song, your I'm so morally conflicted. The morally conflicted song sometimes matters,
I'm Shiny.
but also
What kind of song is I'm Shiny?
I'm
Shiny is one of the
shining.
comedic songs.
Comedic songs. Okay, good.
So like you have your comedic songs. That's
Scary,
like, oh hey, it's been a minute. This is a musical.
Oh. Oh yeah, just to like kind of remind. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey,
So like I'm shiny basically. Because
Yeah.
like we had all that like set up. We're like, okay, we need to steal this from this guy. He has my stuff. And we're like, how are we gonna do that? And it's like super action. And then finally we get I'm shiny.
Yeah.
So kind of.
That was kind of a bad song.
I'm shiny.
It was.
Yeah.
I liked the song, but it
I'm
just
cool with
didn't
it,
serve
but,
the
like,
greatest
it just-
narrative purpose.
Right. It didn't like. Not
But
even
he's
narrative
shiny.
purpose.
But also like
And his mom hated him.
But even the comedic songs do somewhat serve a narrative purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in Shiny, there's like this whole block that's like far from the humans who abandoned you, chasing the love of the humans who made you feel wanted. You tried to be tough, but your armor is just not strong enough. Which is like
Bro, I had
going.
that, like,
Yeah, you had it up there. That was,
dang. That's commendable. I love it. You came
But yeah,
prepared
it's
with notes.
like
yeah.
it's
That's
like
awesome.
it goes into Maui's motivation, which is important. We can't just have Moana. I want to go beyond the island. We need more. We need the other characters to have motivation.
I'm trying to remember
It's
her
all
song.
thing.
I was about to say
How
A Whole
far
New
I'll
Road.
go.
How far? Yeah.
How
no.
far I'll go.
Wasn't that like
Yeah.
who made that song? It was like
Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton guy,
no, like who was like
Ali Cravalho.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got that, and then so you got those useless numbers that usually will establish other characters' dynamics. Those ones usually you'll get like 3 of them in a movie, but those kind of fill up the it on stage, and then for stage musicals, you get into a bit more of a fun thing where musicals are normally broken into 2 acts. So you get your Act 1 closer and then Act 2 opener. So the Act 1 closer, that's like your Defying Gravities. I'm struggling to think of any
Defying Gravity.
other. That's from Wicked. It's the
Wicked.
I am a bad
Yeah,
person. I'm the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah,
What
Wicked.
what
And
opened Act 2 of Hamilton? Was it
What did I
Non-Stop?
miss?
Oh, it was what I missed.
Oh,
yeah.
and like at Hamilton, you got non-stop, which is like we're
course
going
you know
crazy.
Hamilton.
We're doing
Of course I know
all these
Hamilton.
things. The American thing's crazy. We are Americans. The American government is forming.
We are American.
And then you got the Act 2 opener, which is
Hamilton made it
hey,
patriotic.
yeah.
Wait, what did Hamilton do for nationalism?
That's a great question.
Because I mean,
What did it do
Have
for
you ever
race
seen
relations? 'Cause
the Tumblr? The Tumblr.
I don't.
I can't
frequent
talk about
Tumblr.
this on this podcast.
On
Okay.
second thought, we're not showing any of that on screen. I
Yeah.
understand why.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I want to remind y'all, it extends past music. Check out anything we mention at your own discretion, y'all.
but,
Well,
God.
they aren't gonna hear what it was.
but I was
We
wondering,
didn't say
like,
any of that on the screen. They said it
They
out there.
said it.
That's
Yo,
true.
technically, yeah, so it wasn't even us who said it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you repeated it, so like realistically, it's still
Yeah.
us. But yeah, I was wondering, like, what did Hamilton even do for like race relations in America? Because I frequently forget that the founding fathers weren't people of color.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Hamilton
true.
kind of did.
Right.
People just forgot that the founding fathers were
Like
like.
Aaron Burr.
I was like,
Real
Aaron Burr's
people?
white.
I'm gonna be honest.
I was shaking in my. They played up the Hamilton is an immigrant. He's an
Right.
immigrant.
Is he
They
not?
were-
I thought
No,
was from
he
Puerto Rico.
is.
He's from Puerto
But
Rico,
like
right?
they played it up so much, and I was like,
Oh, he's just like me.
seen that man? Have we seen Alexander Hamilton?
Oh.
And Aaron Burr is a black man, right?
No.
no.
Like,
No.
like this is Alexander Hamilton.
Well, how do we know they didn't? What is it called? Demont him. You know the guy
Who
who
knows?
wrote. What was it?
I'm just like,
Isle of something.
it's like Hercules Month again.
But
What's
yeah,
that?
that's like an interesting thing.
I can't read down
I
line.
genuinely can't read it.
Is that where he was born?
Bro,
Where is
why
that?
are you,
Again,
like-
yeah, he was
that is-
born there.
Oh, we are recording. Just making sure.
But yeah,
the whole episode's scrapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where was I? Act 2 openers.
Act 2 openers. Yes, we strayed so far, but
Yeah, Hamilton's so interesting though.
Oh, we're back on Hamilton.
Sorry,
It's
sorry.
important.
Listen, I know you guys are good.
I'm trying so hard to stay on
No,
music.
no, no, it's fine, it's fine. I just need to clarify something before we continue any Hamilton's talk. I've only seen Hamilton once, and I was under the influence of what's it called, like anesthesia and whatnot. So the whole time I watched the movie, and it made no sense to me at all.
On
I need
Disney
to clarify that. Yes, on Disney Plus as well.
What's going on?
So I have no clue.
Yeah.
I only recall a few things, but there were aliens. I know that for sure. Yep.
Yeah,
Like Martians,
yeah,
right?
aliens.
Martians, not
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Hamilton. So
Oh my god. But yeah, so the Act 2 opener, I'm trying to stay on music.
Mhm.
The Act 2 opener, in terms of narrative storytelling, it's the, hey, you just spent 15 minutes waiting in line for the bathroom outside. Congratulations, here's the recap of everything here's a basic recap of everything that happened.
So like an in-person
It's always
play
fire,
setting.
though.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like a musical theater setting. So usually if like when musicals get adapted to the screen, that song gets cut because it's pointless.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's like What Did I Miss from Hamilton? That also
that's
serves
really on the nose, huh?
that serves to introduce a character also.
Yeah,
so it
because
does
it was
serve
like
a
the
narrative
same
purpose.
actor too.
But,
Because
like-
like, they had to leave, go to France, come back as
That-
a different character that was also in France.
But yeah, like Paris Holds the Key to Your Heart from Anastasia.
It's a good movie.
It's a pointless song where it's just like, you're in Paris now.
I am.
We're hoping we find what
Anastasia?
we're looking for in Paris.
Is that the little girl with like a best friend who's a rat and she's like fighting against what's his name, Rasputin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
sounded
don't think
crazy.
her best friend was a rat.
Yeah, it was like the little rat guy. wasn't
It's
it?
been so long since I saw the
Or
movie,
is it a
but I
dog?
saw this.
Yo,
I saw the
dog.
stage play.
If it's a dog, I retract any comments I just made.
Nah,
The little
nah,
rat.
There now. You know the little rat guy?
I just
Or-
heard of anesthesia.
Or in this one's for Michaela Waters, Masquerade from Phantom of the Opera, which is an awful
Oh, it's a
song
little
that
dog.
literally serves it, and I cannot say this enough. It serves zero purpose. The Act 2 opener serves zero purpose than to be like, hey, you're still watching a musical. A lot of musical theater songs kind of serve to be like, hey, you're watching a musical, but
I
like.
am.
Also, I
watching
just
a
want to say,
musical.
I'm not the definitive statement on this.
Bro just used the podcast to like diss his
Slander.
ops on about
Hey,
musical
Michaela.
theater. This one's for you. That's crazy.
That song is
Okay,
pointless.
yeah.
I know you loved it. It's
She'd
pointless.
agree with me.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Sure.
then all of Act 2 happens. It's kind of pointless. Act 2 happens, and then you get the 11 o'clock number.
What does that mean?
So
The song before the climax?
yeah, it's the song. It is the climax song. It's the because normally when shows started, it would be around like 8:45, and then you'd get to the climax of the musical around 11 o'clock. Now it's more like the 10 o'clock number. But so the 11 o'clock number is
8:30.
the, oh my gosh, I'm realizing so many things. My life has been changed. I am a different person. I have what I want. Or it's the, oh my god, everything's going bad. It's the song either that leads into the climax or goes out of the climax. So that's like Last Midnight from Into the Woods.
Okay.
I'm going to start listing off a bunch of songs that you probably don't know.
I
Because
definitely
Disney
don't.
doesn't
Into
usually
the Woods
use...
is great though. No, Into the
Disney
Woods.
doesn't usually use 11
Oh, is that the
o'clock
live action
numbers.
movie?
Yeah.
About like different Disney characters? I watched it one time.
It's about fairy tales, not Disney
Oh, fair.
characters.
I mean, they're the
Yeah,
same
let
thing. Like, can we
let's
talk
make
about
sure
how
we
Walt
understand-
Disney capitalized on fairy tales? as
yeah,
they stand?
how Walt Disney capitalized on copyright not existing, and then they have
Yeah.
extended copyright laws so much. Their whole brand was made off of copyright.
Yeah, no, literally, it's crazy as well how like because of Disney,
Kid-friendly
we don't
racism.
know so many like fairy tales that are real that were more popular than the fairy tales now.
Because we've just like taken the interpretation that Disney
Yeah.
did, which is usually like the Hans Christian Andersen version
Yep,
of it,
yep.
as fact, and that's what it is. Like the Snow Queen versus Frozen.
hmm
Elsa was supposed to be a villain,
Really?
evil.
Yes.
I mean, Elsa is
Yes.
pretty evil.
She
She's
is-
kind of selfish. I'm not
She
gonna lie.
is. She literally is. She was written to be a
Which is-
villain, but then like redeemed.
Which is why it kind
Very
of doesn't
quickly.
make sense
Right, that's
in
what I'm saying.
in it. But yeah, so other examples of 11 o'clock numbers are like, I'm Here from the Color Purple, which is just like, wow. And that's going to have leading lady standing like center stage or slightly stage left and just belting,
Belting.
letting emotion run raw.
So
all
I
that.
know what belting is, but for the viewers at home who have no clue what belting is
I
and just
cannot-
assume it's like belting a kid, what is belting?
Let me
Or
look
do you
up,
not know?
Let me look up the
Okay, so
definition.
belting is like singing but louder, guys.
Yeah, there's like a technical
It's loud
definition.
singing.
It's loud
Probably-
singing.
Probably from the diaphragm or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a
Like
singer.
Make
into the
some
unknown.
voice.
Like into the unknown.
You gotta go into your Head voice, I think. No, it's either head voice or mixed voice.
There's some theater kid out there who's gonna watch this and get so mad.
Yeah.
I'm a tech guy.
If Savvy was right
I just
here,
like musicals.
she would be like telling exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Y'all should leave hate
I was
comments.
asking people to come on the podcast today
Really?
with me to talk about musicals.
Who
are you
and
asking?
yeah.
I'm not dropping it.
Hey,
They were busy.
drop their name. We'll
man.
harass them.
No.
I mean,
we
we'll
will just
ask them.
we will politely ask them
Yeah.
multiple times why they didn't come on the podcast.
Why weren't you here?
But anyway, so that's like basic musical storytelling.
Okay.
But then, like, again, I mentioned this earlier with the musical theater rules, how it's just so interesting, like what you can do with it and how you can break the rules with it. So, Into the Woods is like my favorite example of this.
What's that?
Are you bored?
No.
You seem bored.
I'm just no.
Because
I'm
not.
Listen, I'm
He's
tired.
Hey, it's Ramadan, okay?
I'm just.
He doesn't eat.
I'm not eating right now.
Okay.
Hey
fair.
man, what's up with that? No, I'm joking.
Hey, do you have something to get?
But yeah, so Into the Woods, it starts out, there's no scene setting song because it's about fairy tales. So people know fairy tales. And it kind of plays on that. And it starts out with the I Want song. Well, it's the I Wish song in this case. I have to actually pull up the lyrics to this because there's so many lyrics.
Have you watched Wish?
I don't want to.
I don't want to either.
So the first line is Once Upon a Time. And then the next line is I wish more than anything, more than life, more than jewels. I wish more than life, blah, blah, blah. They keep going, I wish so much, I wish so much. I wish to go to the festival, that's Cinderella's, because it's using the original tale. I wish the cow would give us some milk, that's Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
I wish we had a child, which is like the baker and his wife, because they couldn't have a child.
Oh, and is that the gingerbread man?
No.
Is that the golem?
I'm
Is
not
that
sure.
Pinocchio?
I don't... You think I looked this deeply into these things?
I don't know, man.
I feel like that's describing Abraham from the Bible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the whole first act is talking, I want this one thing. I want this thing. But then it plays on that for... it uses these tropes of the I Want song, where the whole first part of it is I want. And then they all realize that to get what I want, I have to go into the woods. Which
I thought you were gonna say into
That
the
sounds
unknown.
that sounds horrifying. I don't know whether, just like how you said, to get what you want, you have to go into the woods.
Wasn't the movie scary? Was it a little
it
scary?
was a little bit.
I mean,
not
I was young when I
really.
saw it. A lot of things scared me.
Like if you were a kid, it would be really scary.
Okay.
Like Coraline scary or just below that?
Oh no,
way
it's like
below
way
that.
below
Yeah.
Coraline. Coraline, I had nightmares about.
Believe it or not, I actually like Coraline.
Coraline is
But
so
a movie
scary.
that was scary was Monster House. Y'all know
Monster House was really
Monster
scary.
House?
It's not for kids.
That is
It's
not
literally not for
that was
kids.
so scary.
It is scary now.
real
No,
life
someone put
scary.
it on at an ASP once. I was at ASP and they put it on and it was like, oh, we're just watching a movie, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go home and cry. now.
Yeah.
Like it's
so
actually
sad.
I'm so
scary.
scared.
Was it
It's
not
just
like
sad and
It
scary?
was sad
This
and
lady gets like cemented over and she
Yes.
just lives
She
in the
gets
basement.
buried
No,
alive.
how did they submit over her?
They buried her in wet cement. Do you know how horrifying of a death that is?
God.
And then she like
I don't even wanna
lives
think about
as
that.
the house.
She got like waterboarded with cement.
And that was after she had been held captive in the circus.
Like it's
That's
a
crazy. It's
ridiculous
basically saying like
movie.
you can make it out, but you'll never truly be out. Is this a time reminder? Or are you showing us the
He's
death?
showing us a
You're a monster. Yo, here I am thinking Jamie's like, being nice with the time or whatnot.
Hey, just a time reminder. No. You
Nah,
want to
nah,
relive
y'all
your
don't wanna
trauma?
relive
Look
your
at it.
traumas?
Look at it. Remember when you were 9 years old and you were watching this movie, Halloween time, thinking it was a good
What
little
was that other Halloween film?
Halloween time.
Oh, your time's up, buddy.
I'm stealing his
No, I'm
time.
kidding. I know, I'm
Hey,
joking.
real quick though, how do you feel about musicals that didn't start as musicals? Like, why am I blanking on the name?
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, yeah, that was one.
I can list off a ton. Mean Girls. There was Back to the Future.
it was
Devil
like a-
Wears Prada.
Did y'all ever
I've
watch
seen
this?
that.
No.
Scary Godmother.
What are you?
Y'all,
What are you thinking? Of?
check out Scary Godmother.
It's that show that's now on Disney Plus. I think it was like on Fox or something, and it had like all of the different. Was Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a
This
Time is
show
not
was
a musical.
scary.
It literally ended with like
Terrifying.
a whole musical episode, and that was the conclusion.
I've never
They
never
were like,
finished
let's
it.
sing about it. I'm just like,
Slow Tie, for those who know Slow Tie, the rapper. I'm sorry, I'm
No,
looking at a
it's-
completely different
that's
subject.
logic right there.
That's not
It's
logic.
so crazy how like with Once Upon a Time, you can see how they started Disneyfying all the characters.
It was so bad. Like they started out as like sort of real,
Mm-hmm.
like grounded characters that came from like a fantasy sort of setting, and then they got fanatical and like fantasy.
And then
Frozen
Elsa and
fantasy.
Anna
Yeah, it's
somehow
Frozen
managed.
too. I remember that.
Yes.
That part of it was actually like a really good season.
Was it?
I really liked that storyline.
The only reason I knew about the Frozen Once Upon a Time like arc was because I used to watch America's Funniest Home Video with my family on Sundays, and literally like they were like during the breaks it would just be like evil
Yeah.
the trolls were evil or something, weren't they?
Yeah.
What?
The trolls were evil and trying to control Arendelle.
What?
Yeah, I didn't.
That,
I didn't rock with it after a certain like after.
So you watched it?
After
yeah, I
like
did,
the
I
third
finished it.
curse.
No, yeah, I
I'm
watched
so
it.
confused now. It started with what show was it? Vampire Diaries?
No. We were talking about Once Upon a
And
we
now
Time.
get
it's
to
once, no,
Vampire-
I know, but I'm saying in the terms of the TV you've watched.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
watch a lot of TV. I don't care, but I'm saying that
I mean, to be
like,
fair, I watched The Big Bang Theory when I was younger, so I had no room to talk.
Yeah.
but like with Once Upon a Time, right? It started out well. I enjoyed the premise, and then the same premise kept happening over and over again, and
Yeah.
then it just like got weird, and it was just like actually, what was the main character's name? I forgot.
Emma.
Yeah, Emma's parents were whack, and they stole all of the goodness out of an unborn child and gave it to her, and gave it to
What?
Emma.
Have y'all-
So Maleficent's kid was like fully evil from birth. That's whack.
It was so insane. And like, have y'all ever
What are
seen?
y'all watching?
Have y'all ever seen like the family tree? Everyone is related
circle?
in some way.
It's a so,
Hey.
No,
so it's a
it's
circle.
not a circle. It's a complicated,
It's a line.
like woven wreath.
Ew.
I will say, Rumpelstiltskin was.
I remember that.
real.
There was a Rumpelstiltskin thing.
No, like he was literally real though, cause like his wife, he literally crippled himself just so he could get out the war, just so he could like come back to his family and like be with them, and then she said you're a coward and left him to go be with Captain Hook.
It was such an insane.
So, wife pleading me to come back home. So I come back home for wife. Well, wife says I'm coward for not fighting.
And then he has to take care of his
And then-
son basically.
Oh, and no,
Oh, that's
Captain
man's
Hook
worst nightmare.
also. Captain Hook also is like one of the main romantic interests for the lady who is like 40 years like Rumpelstiltskin is the evil queen's like no, he's
Wait,
not
what
related.
war?
He's
to
not
the
related
queen.
to them.
What war? Like, are we talking like Iraq war or like World War II war or?
No, like they had a battle with like the evil queen.
What?
Yeah.
Like it was a whole thing.
But like,
like,
for
for
some
some
reason, like
reason,
magic or like ARs or.
Magic, swords, whatever else.
Okay.
Yeah,
dude, I'm
Emma
so
was
confused.
born on. Like it was such a weird premise if we actually think about it.
No, she
'cause,
was born in the world and
Right,
then
right, and then she, like,
immediately like,
sent
out of
them-
the womb.
like out of the womb, put you in a wardrobe. Narnia. Literally sent her to the real world, and it's like you'll live
And
a better
then-
life there. And then they
And then
show up.
Pinocchio, and then Pinocchio's son, or was it? No,
How?
No,
no,
it was just.
How?
it was Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Had to like save her from the side of the road and take her to an orphanage.
Didn't
How did Pinocchio have a kid?
like hold on. what
No,
did she
no,
say?
it's not
Isn't
Pinocchio.
she
It is
technically older
Pinocchio.
than her parents now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Because the town was kept under.
They stopped.
Wait,
aging.
Context.
We're
The
jumping
town-
so far off topic here. Let me bring us back in real quick.
to music.
to musicals. We were talking about actually things that were adapted into musicals, i.e. Mean Girls, the most recent example, or even The Color Purple.
Yeah, was the reboot good? I haven't watched it.
I heard it was not good. My mom liked
It was-
it, but usually.
It seems.
I
Someone-
love you, mom, but there's something
Someone
to do
from the
with your
outside
taste.
saying it's not good.
Someone's saying it's
The
not
stage
good. So.
musical was good. The stage musical, loved the stage musical. The movie,
So I understand adapting a musical into a movie, but why would you adapt a movie into a musical? I mean, because I understand using music to tell stories, but
They
if
did
a
it with
movie
Harry
itself
Potter.
can tell a story without
it's
music.
because it's more likely to draw in an audience. that's
So
not
just like
already.
nostalgia bait.
It's very much it draws in an audience that's not already
like
interested in theater, because that's kind of getting into
okay.
the business of like musicals and Broadway. Stuff gets brought to stage because they need to bring in people who are interested.
So is theater dying? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's not dying.
No, it's
but
dying.
it's well,
like boxing.
everything dies, but it's on a
I like to think everything's
it's on
reborn.
a like decline, definitely, but no, it's not like
Not
5
like
years from now
yeah.
theater's gonna go away.
Well, I mean, most things
Yeah.
are on a decline, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen
Same
anything
hip-hop.
actually die. You know, like things just rebirth. Like even hip hop.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
musically and TikTok.
Yeah, things get reborn. You know, maybe theater of the
TikTok
idea
is
we have
gonna
of
be
theater is
reborn
dying,
again, don't worry,
but soon
guys.
we'll get TikTok the musical, and we'll get Charlie
There's a
D'Amelio
K-pop
renegading.
musical.
Is there
Yeah, it's literally called K-pop.
the musical or
No,
K-pop?
it's called K-pop. Just
Oh.
K-pop. It's
They really
very
missed out on
weird.
putting the musical at the end of it.
Yeah, because like if you search, it has horrible SEO.
What is
Search engine
SEO?
search
yeah,
engine
I know.
optimization.
Just making sure we were talking about the same
Yeah,
thing.
because you
Okay.
just search.
I was
K-pop,
clarifying for the viewers.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
But yeah, I feel like this is off topic. TikTok is gonna be reborn. It doesn't matter if it gets banned.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna come back.
I don't think they're banning TikTok. I mean, I guess this is like relevant, so we can talk about it. But you know, they're talking about. So they said yes. I actually watched it live. I was in the last 2 minutes. I joined the stream in the last 2 minutes.
Like C-SPAN.
C-SPAN. I watched it, and then they took longer to vote. It's so weird. At the highest level, like this country's highest level of decision making, they can't turn things in on time. How do you expect me to turn my work in on time, Mr.
Yeah.
Harding? Like,
Exactly.
I'm
like
just
why
making
am
sure I do the
why
right
am I
thing.
getting a 0 on because I haven't turned something in from January, but
But they can take like
the US
10 days.
Congress.
They can do whatever they want.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's just Ian. I heard like noises. I'm tripping.
Bro, I'm the one fasting. You're losing your mind over here. But
I didn't read.
yeah. So
10 minutes.
for those who are
Wow.
unaware, they gave them 5 months basically to unattach themselves from their Chinese sponsor or Chinese.
Well, no,
I'm
it's like
sorry.
they have. It's like TikTok has to be sold off.
Yeah.
It's not like TikTok is based in Singapore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
ByteDance is based in China.
And, yeah,
which
they're only
ByteDance
trying to
is the
remove from
parent.
ByteDance. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think TikTok's dying. I mean, if they're smart, they're gonna literally like, and people, and even smarter people are gonna try to be the benefactor.
Yeah.
And take ByteDance's.
I don't think ByteDance
Are
is
you
going
a
to sell it
Chinese
though.
citizen. I'm Singaporean.
Oh, from the yeah, dude, that
So
was
they're-
crazy. We can't even talk about it, but literally, that was bad.
That was so bad.
That was so. Talk about xenophobia, bro. Oh my lord.
I'm
Like that's McCarthyism at its
Singaporean.
finest, bro. So
And-
Chinese.
So, what you're saying is you support the CCP.
No.
I'm
So bad.
Singaporean.
But I guess this relates to music. It's TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, that's bad. That was bad. But you don't think ByteDance is gonna sell?
I think ByteDance knows that like ByteDance is like getting money
Yeah.
off of
Duh.
TikTok.
No, but you know that money is technically our information. I won't lie, but you know,
Well, yeah,
every
but
app
like
is doing
Meta-
that. Who's
but
not
they're
doing
Like
that?
the platform we're posting it on isn't also doing the
Right,
same
like
thing.
every platform's doing it.
Also, they're not pressed about Temu.
I prefer my
Yeah.
No, actually
About
though.
Temu.
Listen, you send me a Temu link, we're done. We're not friends anymore because you are actively trying to sell my information.
You are trying to get me.
How are you getting? You're
Oh,
getting
I'm-
free fake AirPods. It's not free, buddy.
you-
And don't think it's just the shipping either.
No, I'm literally cooked. My parents already bought stuff off of Temu.
Oh,
It's
it's
over
over.
for me.
It's over.
My credit is done. I don't have a credit card.
Flash the Temu bathroom. Oh my god.
It's over.
No, it's so bad. Me personally, I haven't seen a lot of memes, and they've really summarized how I feel. I prefer my spyware to be American. You know,
Yeah.
if you're gonna spy on me, at least be American.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spy on me,
You
at
can't be
least-
a foreign adversary. We only take domestic
Domestic
adversaries
adversaries, for real.
Aren't you in the military?
Shh. Can I talk about all this?
here. That's a send this clip.
No, I'll send this to my sergeant.
Your
before
sergeant
posting it.
called-
180,000.
Hey, man. We took your scholarship back.
No.
180,000?
You gotta pay for all of that, but
Just halfway through college, we found your old podcast from high school. Yeah, what's this about spyware?
we're cutting
Listen.
you off.
No, man.
No more monthly 500.
No, it's
you're done.
250 actually, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't
fine.
it get more?
It
as
gets
you-
more. Yeah, it gets more. You know, well, we can put. I guess to like really conclude this, we can just put the clip of like the podcast episode that never aired,
Yeah.
where I win a scholarship live.
I thought you aired it.
No, I didn't air that.
Dang, you won that live?
I won
Yeah,
it live
we were
actually.
Dang, I was sitting in Starbucks when I won my scholarship.
Dude, work sucks. Work is actually like the worst, most depraving thing ever.
Yeah, guys.
Like,
Oh
who
yeah, I
doesn't
worked
work?
at Starbucks for like 8 months. For
Yeah.
context.
Dude, like when I was
You need
working
a
at
job.
Taco Bell, bro.
I'm out here.
The
poor.
reason why, like, I knew I was like, I'm done with Taco Bell, and that's when I moved jobs.
Mhm.
Cause like, I started the new year in Taco Bell. I didn't leave Taco Bell
Do
until
you
2
really?
a.m. on January 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
I left at 2. I didn't even leave at the time I was supposed to. They had me work that overtime at 2 for
How
washing
many-
dishes and all that.
No, what's crazy
How is
is
Taco
like
Bell
how
open at
how I
2
would be
a.m.?
working holidays and then I'd just have to go in day after day after day after day.
Right. No, like I was winning like wrestling tournaments and stuff.
Oh, posted.
We'll post
Okay.
a video, yeah. We were like, look, so Saturdays, tournament days for everyone, right? You know, you go to sleep early, you're killing yourself, you're not eating at all, and then you go fight. And most people, they go to sleep or they eat afterwards.
Mhm.
I barely got a meal, half a shower, and I'd be booking it to work, to the bell.
What do you mean half?
No, my
It's
shifts
where you
would
just
start
watch
at
like half of
my
your
shifts
day,
would start
like, up
at
here.
3:15, so I barely had enough time to even get out of the building and out of the parking lot
Oh my
and then
Lord.
get to work.
Dude.
And it's a 10-minute drive between here and there, but it takes so long to get out of this parking lot.
Mhm.
And I was like, I just kept
We need
asking my
reform.
manager,
Get rid of the
please
gate.
put me at 3:30.
Hashtag get rid of the gate.
Our parking spots are right next to the gate.
They literally are. Like,
But
we could,
no,
we
we
could
would
leave this
never
school.
be able to leave.
Oh, actually, that's
We'd
true.
be stuck.
No, because
Just
before,
leave early.
no, I remember I'd leave with Ian, right? And
You just
before
need
the
to check
gate was
out
there.
early, bud.
But see, no, that's the problem. He shouldn't be the one accommodating. He's a student.
I get
that they have to make money, but like, yo, 15 minutes is not that much time. Like, just let me get to work on time.
Mhm.
Let me leave school.
Yeah, but like if you're working, that's different than like because you have both. Like regardless, there's still a bunch of people in the parking lot. There's buses everywhere.
Except I got in trouble for being late too many times. I was like,
Yes,
I
because it's
communicated to my
separate.
manager, I cannot.
Well, yeah,
Please
but he was
schedule me
actively
for
trying to fix the
3:30.
problem, and they weren't
I'm
fixing
trying
it.
to.
Okay,
I
that's
cannot
fair
get out
then.
of this parking lot before.
No, yeah. When they schedule you for hours, you said you cannot work. It's the worst because it's like you just want to fire me then.
Me
Yeah.
when
you can
people
definitely
keep
just check out,
kept
though.
asking me for shifts in the middle of in the morning as I was sitting in class at
Or
8 o'clock.
I mean, they're easier to take now as a senior. Whoa, talking about phone calls, but like, why do they think it's acceptable to just call you in the middle of the day as if they don't know you're a student?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be in math and I'll just be receiving a call. It's like, oh, it's the bell again.
Hey,
And like
we
you
need
hang
you-
up, they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Who do you think you are? We need you." Like,
Hey,
bro.
we need to work
But
an extra
as that
7
relates
hours
to
today.
music, I now have to pay $15 a month for Spotify because I quit Starbucks where they were giving me free Spotify.
Bro, you got free
which-
Spotify as a Starbucks employee?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
maybe
It's not
signing
worth
up-
it.
I'm
It's
signing
not
away my
worth
rights,
it. It's not worth it.
Well, it's
Maybe
either that or
unions
starting a
don't matter.
family with Dominic here.
Whoa, buddy.
Like a
You mean
Spotify family.
account?
We went over this. A Spotify family account.
But yeah, that's how this work grant relates
Ad
to
revenue.
music.
I mean, life is music. We can say the first songs are the best songs were songs about working conditions. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And I mean, like, if we want to talk about work and musicals, we can talk about my favorite musical, Hadestown.
Kid, why is that your favorite musical?
Because it's just really good, and it's about how work just kills your soul,
Yeah, there you go.
and how you're, like, basically dead by signing away your soul for working.
For money. What's
You
bad?
can't.
What happened? What happened?
I want you to pick up on the subtext of what he said.
I didn't say anything.
What?
Well, let's
I
keep
didn't hear what
going.
you said.
I mean, do you have anything else to talk about podcasts? I mean, not whoa. My brain is not braining. I'm so distracted.
Well,
Wait,
we're gonna-
related to musicals, how would you like to end your segment off?
I'm gonna have a performer come in to perform for us. Savvy is gonna come in and perform a song
I like how they're all booing.
from Moana Jr., Savi's last musical.
What does that say? Yeah, we have a timer.
A
Yeah.
final
2
performance.
minutes or
It's gonna be
whatever you
grand. We're gonna love it. I'm kidding. I'm getting glared at through the window.
Yeah. Well, why are we receiving hate today? Well,
I don't
But
know.
yeah, that's all I gotta
Just
say
so-
about musicals.
as
This
a
was a
light
very, very organized
very
conversation.
organized
It was.
conversation.
We were on topic the whole time. We really got to all your talking points that you had on there.
Oh, to
Oh,
be fair, we did, right?
No, I still have 2 left.
Oh, what are they?
Diegetic and non-diegetic.
Hold on.
songs.
Let's do it for
Well,
the
we
minute
went over
podcast.
this in IB literature.
The minute-long podcast. Hold on. This is like to promote, because we are doing a terrible job at promoting the
Yeah.
podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
We
So let's
need
get a
YouTube
quick
shorts.
segment. 1 minute. Go talk.
Okay,
Last
so
talking points.
non-diegetic and diegetic music. Diegetic means it's happening in the world. Non-diegetic means it's happening outside of the world.
Yes.
It's so interesting because you can never actually really tell in a musical if it's happening because they're singing to the crowd, but also
right.
it's being treated like it's a normal conversation. That happens in tons of this is happening during a scene like Revenge Party from Mean Girls.
Okay.
Put in a clip of Revenge
Oh,
Party from
Revenge.
Mean
Yeah,
Girls.
I do like that song
From
though.
the movie,
Mhm,
from the movie,
Mhm.
for clicks.
Yep.
But also, so with diegetic versus non-diegetic, when it gets translated to film people are really weird about music being in movies, and they like to act like it's actually happening. Like in the 2014 Annie, where they were
You mean
talking
the best Annie?
The
Black
best
Annie, where
Wow.
they were constantly complaining about oh my God, we're singing. I don't even know why I'm singing. That's from Little
they're trying to be
Girls.
meta. Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's trying too hard to be meta, and that just doesn't work.
So, non-diegetic versus diegetic argument. Awesome. Thank you.
But wait, actually, you have to cut out that 5-second thing of me talking, so I get 5 more seconds.
Okay, what are your 5 seconds?
No, you get to
Oh,
just stay
okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you promote. Go to the full podcast.
Oh yeah, go to the full podcast for more content. I think I was just gonna put that as text at the bottom.
Say it.
The
It's
description.
an audio format.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
okay.
no, what you're talking about.
It's audio and visual.
Go to the talk show.
We're a podcast. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Wes, for talking to us about musicals.
Yeah,
I had
thank you. We really
an awesome time.
A very on-topic time.
Very on topic time. You know this happens
Thank you
a
for
lot.
having me.
yeah,
Of course. If you
Please,
need a
just-
reminder, I need a reminder of my name. I'm Esther Nalva.
I'm Dominic McDaniel.
I'm Wesley Harrison.
Delanius.
Please
Wesley
get in
Delanius.
the
You're never
comments.
gonna know my name. You're never gonna know my
Offer
middle name.
yourselves to get on the show.
Please come to Groove Club. We meet every Thursday.
We need
I mean-
more people.
I can bring food, even though it's kind of weird bringing food and not being able to eat it. But still,
Mukbang.
mukbang. Yeah, we'll do mukbangs if that's what it takes. Please come on the show.
We'll eat pickles and sausage.
Cue the copyright-free music.
All right.
Awesome.